Hi, I'm David Beckham and welcome to West Wing Week.
Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Ave. This week, the President discussed his plan to help responsible homeowners in Reno, gave the commencement address at Barnard College, honored law enforcement officers, awarded the Medal of Honor posthumously for heroism in the Vietnam War, and continued to call on Congress to act on a to-do list. That's May 11th to May 17th, or Reach High and Hope Deeply. On Friday, the President traveled to Reno, where he sat down with Val and Paul Keller, who are saving about $250 a month by refinancing their mortgage through a program implemented by the Obama administration to help responsible homeowners.
You bought the house in 1998, never missed a payment, things have been going well, and then obviously what happened here in Nevada, generally in terms of property values, socked you. How did you hear about the refinancing?
Well, actually, it was last October when you had did your speech,
Right.
and I heard it, and I thought, finally, there's something for people like us.
Right.
And so I called my bank, and they weren't going to start it until January.
Uh-huh.
And she called me back, and we went 90 days, and it was done.
Pretty smooth.
Yes.
So, and you guys are now saving about $250
$250.
a month. That's real money. That's money.
Yes, it is.
Following the meeting, the President delivered remarks that highlight the next initiative on the to-do list, which calls on Congress to cut red tape so that responsible homeowners across the country who've been paying their mortgage on time can feel secure in their home by refinancing at today's historically low interest rates.
This is not going to change the fact that you're underwater, but what it does do is you got an interest rate that you're paying if you're keeping your mortgage up, right? And so that it will reduce your interest payments on the loan, which that's money in your pocket.
On Monday, the President traveled to New York City to deliver the commencement address at Barnard College.
Fight for your seat at the table. Better yet, fight for a seat at the head of the table. The trajectory of this country should give you hope. Previous generations should give you hope. What young generations have done before should give you hope. Young folks who marched and mobilized and stood up and sat in, from Seneca Falls to Selma to Stonewall, didn't just do it for themselves, they did it for other people. America needs you to reach high and hope deeply.
While in New York, the President also taped an appearance on The View. On Tuesday, the President delivered remarks at the National Peace Officers Memorial Service, an annual ceremony honoring law enforcement officers who were killed in the line of duty in the previous year. Later, back at the White House, the President welcomed Major League Soccer champions the LA Galaxy to honor their 2011 season and their MLS Cup victory.
This is the Miami Heat of soccer. I have to say I gave David a hard time. I said half his teammates could be his kids.
On Wednesday morning, the President traveled to Tailored Gourmet, a small business in Washington, D.C., where he held a roundtable discussion with Small Business Administrator Karen Mills and small business owners that will benefit from the next item on the Congress to-do list, legislation that gives a 10% income tax credit for firms that create new jobs or increase wages in 2012.
Actions by Congress and good execution by Small Business Administration can make a big difference. My message to Congress, let's go ahead and act to help build and sustain momentum for our economy.
Later that afternoon, the President awarded Specialist Leslie H. Sabo Jr., U.S. Army, the Medal of Honor for conspicuous gallantry. Specialist Sabo received the Medal of Honor posthumously for his heroic actions in combat in Cambodia on May 10, 1970. To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
Put your right hand in the air, put your left hand in the air, wave it like you just don't care. Look at him and look at me, see how we go together perfectly. Hey, USA.
She has the key to the White House.
How did you get the key to the White House? I've been looking for this everywhere.
Her daddy brought it home for her.
Well, all right, I don't want you sneaking into my house.
Okay.